I was in Poland this past summer, and I was in Krakow, and I heard the like screech of a tire, and so I rounded the corner, and this woman who had been walking her dog, the dog got hit by a car, and she kind of scooped this poor little dog up, and as it was kind of dying in her arms, she was running back and forth on that block, and she passed me a couple times. I speak no Polish. She didn't speak much English, and I don't even know if it would have mattered because she was in such shock. I tried to help a couple times. She passed me back and forth, and I had the camera there. I wasn't even thinking about making a photo, but then kind of not knowing what else to do, I told myself, if she passes me one more time, I'm going to be that total jerk and I'm going to try to make a photo. Shot it from the hip. I think I made one or two exposures, and it ended up being a pretty good photo. It was a tough one. Morally and ethically, it was a really tough one, because I still think about whether or not that was the right thing to do in that situation. And I think, too, in terms of getting over your fear with like your earlier question, treat this as a profession, treat it as a job. And like, I think you'll be more willing to do something if your job depended on it than if it were meaningless, and just a hobby. And I don't treat my street photography as a hobby. I treat it sometimes more seriously than the writing that I have to do. And so maybe that would help push people to the next step too.
Yeah, well, I agree. Anytime I've ever been in a situation where I have a camera in my hand and I'm doing it for some sort of a job I have to actually deliver for somebody, or
Yeah,
I'm getting paid or whatever, you go into a different headspace and you get over a lot of those humps pretty quick.
no doubt for
Yeah.
sure, because you have to have something at the end of the day.
Yeah. So it's like figuring out how to it's this art of figuring out how to put yourself into that headspace on a daily basis, or something that will make you just really push past the daily insecurities and weirdnesses that happen in your brain.